Are you ready to supercharge your side hustle? In today's episode, I'm going to be breaking down the side hustle shift. 5 key elements that can transform your passion into profits. From setting smart goals to staying flexible and focused. I'll show you how heart and hustle can drive impact and innovation. Plus, we'll learn why trust and tenacity are your secret weapon. Let's dive in and make your side hustle work harder for you. I'm Linda E. Bingham, and I am thrilled and excited you are here with me today. We are going to start our series on the side hustle shift. So let's dive in, get you something to drink, get you a pen, get you a piece of paper, and we're going to dive in, and I'm going to show you how you can supercharge your side hustle. We're going to dive right into the side hustle shift. You know, oftentimes we are in a side hustle because we either have another job or we need to make a little extra money. We're doing stuff on the side. We are needing, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you need to make a little extra income. It's your side hustle. Maybe you are retired and you want to make a little extra income. It's your side hustle. Maybe you have a full-time job that you want to get out of, so you start a side hustle in order to get out of your job. But the deal is, you got to go to your side hustle to make it work, right? So we go to the side hustle shift. And no matter what side hustle I was in, no matter what I was doing, there's a foundation that needs to be laid, right? So I want y'all to comment below if you are in a side hustle right now and what industry it is in. If you want to be in a side hustle, or if you've been in a side hustle for a long time and you just feel stuck. Because we're going to lay a foundation in the side hustle shift, and we're going to lay a foundation that no matter where you are on that, not even started, all the way up to already in business and just need to level up, we're going to lay a foundation that no matter where you are, you'll be able to get to where you want to be. So the first letter in shift is S, and that stands for strategy and SMART goals. Today we're going to start with a clear vision. What does success look like for you? In your side hustle, what does success look like? Again, maybe you just need to make $100 extra a month, $500 extra a month, $1,000 extra a month, because everybody is different on their journey, right? So maybe you need to get out of your full-time job. Maybe you're already out of your full-time job, but you just can't seem to get your side hustle to level up. You got to, first of all, define what success looks like to you. Because until you do that, you're not going to have that clear vision. Because we're always going to get distracted by the internet. Make $10,000, make $5,000. How I went from 0 to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube overnight. How I got monetized overnight. How I started this business yesterday and now I'm a gazillionaire. There is things out there to distract you from your vision, from your clear vision and your clear focus. Because not everyone is going to go from 0 to success overnight. But again, what does that success look like to you? Do you want to live in a mansion and drive a fast car and live the high life? Or do you want a quiet life that you live a quiet life, you can get your bills paid on time, you can have a little extra to go on vacation, you can provide for your family when you need to provide for your family, you can have that little nest egg. What does success look like for you? So on the piece of paper that you have, that you got a while ago, piece of paper and a pen, I want you to write down 5 things that you would like to do with this side hustle. What would this side hustle, 5 things that you would like to do with it? Do you want to go on vacation? Do you want to pay, maybe you need to pay your car payment. Maybe you need to get insurance. Maybe you need to be able to afford groceries. Maybe you need to be able to afford a vacation. Whatever it is, write down 5 things that you would like to see from this side hustle, because that should indicate to you what your vision really is, what your clear vision is for your side hustle. And when you get your 5 things written down, then I want you to go through and I want you to look at those, and then I want you to ask yourself, why? Why do I want these things? What will it do for me when I get these things? What kind of life can I live by having the things that are on this piece of paper? Because once you can clearly define your vision for your side hustle, it makes you go into your side hustle shift a whole lot easier. And that, I think, is why you're here, right? You want to be able to make that shift in your side hustle. And this is going to help you. So number 1 strategy, SMART goals, is defining your vision for your side hustle. Now, number 2 in the side hustle shift is H. And it's the heart and hustle. In your heart and hustle, passion drives action. I want you to write that down. Passion drives action. When you love what you do, it fuels your efforts. Because if you're doing something, if your side hustle is doing something that you don't love to do, you're not going to go to your side hustle shift. You're not going to clock in and you're not going to go to work because you don't enjoy what you do. So if you're looking for a side hustle, this is where you need to know your passions. What do you enjoy doing? What are you good at? Maybe you love to crochet and you want to learn how to do YouTube videos and make YouTube videos and become better at teaching others how to crochet. Maybe you love to cook and you start a cooking channel on YouTube, or you teach cooking classes at a local event, a center somewhere. Maybe you love to sew and you want to start sewing classes. My husband's side hustle, he's a musician. And about 20 years ago, he started giving music lessons. Today, his side hustle is pretty much a full-time job. It has grown over the years into a full-time income. But he's a musician. It is his passion. He eats, breathes, lives, sleeps music. If I want to tell him anything, we have a running joke in this family. If I want to tell him anything that he needs to remember, I just need to make up a song and sing it to him, and then he can tell you. He can tell you what I said 5 years from now if I put it in song form. That's just him. That's who he is. And his passion has turned into a full-time job. And he loves it. He absolutely loves what he does. And because he loves it, it fuels his efforts. Day in and day out, he's looking at new ways to teach. He's looking at, maybe he's got a student that isn't learning quite the way he teaches. So he'll come in and talk to me about it. And I will be like, well, have you tried this or have you tried that? And oftentimes it's just for him. It's just that one little, oh, I didn't think about that. Or, oh, I didn't look at it from that perspective. But he is constantly thinking in ways to help and teach what he does. Passion defines action. So when you are in your heart and hustle, When you are in your passion, when you love what you do, it will fuel your efforts, which are your hustle. And you will be able to get up every single day. You'll be excited to get up every single day. You'll be excited to go to work. You'll be excited to produce whatever it is that you want to produce in your side hustle. It will help you. And I'm telling you, I years ago, Mary Kay Ash, years ago, I was in Mary Kay Cosmetics, and one of her favorite things to say was, find something that you'll do for free and someone else will pay you very well to do it. So find something that you love that much that you would go do it for free, because you will figure out the ways to make money and to grow it into a business, and someone will pay you very well to do it. So I just want you to think about, where is your heart? Where does your heart lie? What passions do you have? What crafts, what hobbies? What is it that just, you wake up and you think about it. You go to work, you go to your 9-to-5 job, and you're trying to start a side hustle. What do you think about all day long? Maybe it's fishing. Maybe you love to go fishing, and you just need to figure out a way to monetize that and create a business around your hobby of fishing. It's being done every day. I promise you can do it too. So where's your heart? Because your passion defines, or your passion drives your action. So I want you to really think about where your heart is. Number 3 is impact and innovation. I want y'all to think about your side hustle. If you haven't started one yet, what would it be? Okay, we've started defining that. What could impact the world? What would make the world a better place if it was in it? Or what if you brought it to fruition? What kind of impact would that have in the world? Because you never know where God is leading you. You never know what God has for you until you start moving forward and you start taking action, and He starts providing those steps, right? So maybe there's something within you that needs to be launched into the world because it needs to be done. Every great invention started with an idea, started with a passion. It started in someone's heart. Then they had to hustle, okay? So what would impact someone else in your side hustle? Then you need to get innovative. You need to figure out ways to bring that forth. You could do it through social media. Maybe it's something that you could do through private lessons, like my husband does. Maybe it's something that you could do publicly in a group setting. Maybe it's something that you just want to sit in your house and create and put out there online to sell. It doesn't matter what it is. It does not matter what it is, your side hustle. But you need to get innovative in a way that you can promote it and draw attention to it. Because everything in this world impacts something else. It just does. And you could be the next big invention. You could have the next big invention. If you're not willing to try, then you will never know. But you need to think about as we've defined our goals and our vision for our business, we've put our heart in it and we're hustling really hard. What would make the greatest impact? What would help others? What would help others see your vision? And be innovative in that thinking. These are some things that we're really going to start unpacking as the weeks come. We're going to start unpacking how to do that, what that would look like, how to see your side hustle being bigger and bigger and bigger. Because we always have the vision. Because if it's in our heart, we've got the vision, but maybe you don't know how to bring it 4th. So I want you to start thinking about what is one thing, maybe a couple of things, write it on your paper that would benefit someone else from your side hustle. Because the end result here, right, is to make money. The end result here, right, is to be able to afford what you need, $100 or $100,000 or whatever it is, everything in between, because we're all on the different scale here. So I want you to think of ways or things from your side hustle that would help and impact others. Now, number 4 is the F in shift. This is focus and flexibility. That is the one thing I have always loved about being self-employed, is I have to be focused to get the job done, right? I have to drill down, focus, and not get distracted, because when you're self-employed, sometimes it's really easy to get distracted about other things that are going on in your home or in your life and just not go in there and go to work, right? But on the flip side of that, having flexibility from working for yourself and being self-employed is one of the greatest freedoms that my husband and I have ever found, is the flexibility that we have. Just here recently, my mom had some health issues, and it started back 4 or 5 months ago. Because of my lifestyle, because of my job, because of what Danny and I have created in our life, I was able to be by her side every single step of the way. And I was able to be at appointments with her, and I was able to shift my schedule around. But on the days that I wasn't with her, I was in my office in my focus mode. So it's and that gave me the flexibility, and that gave me the drive that whenever I was off for those days that I needed to be off, it gave me the drive to drill down and focus. And one of the things I can tell you now, one of the things is sometimes I have focus issues. But what I discovered early on is that the power hour, I still do the power hour. You probably heard that back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. But the power hour is where you take and set a timer for 1 hour, and you do nothing for that 1 hour but what the task is at hand. And again, this is all really learning to discipline yourself, really learning how to be your own boss. But I'm telling you now that if you do not learn this foundation, that when the world falls apart around you, when you need to take a few days off because you have family issues, you have family medical issues, you have things going on in your life, maybe you want to take a month off and go on vacation, whatever it is for you, you've got to learn to be focused, to have the flexibility for that. And a lot of it is that power hour for me. I still use this system. I come into my office. If there is a task that I need to get done that day, I focus and turn a timer on for 1 hour. And after that timer goes off, I shut it off and I walk away from it. Now, sometimes I will come back to it in that day and do another power hour. Sometimes I'll just walk away and go, I'm done until tomorrow. And I will spend another hour on it. So the power hour is a really good way to focus on a task at hand. And maybe your attention span is not quite an hour, so maybe do 30 minutes, maybe do 15. Maybe, if you're like me, I don't like paperwork person, and it always piles up on my desk. So sometimes I have to go, you know what, 15 minutes. I'm going to give you 15 minutes of my time, and then I'm getting out of here, because that's all I really want to give you. But again, you need to take the time to learn to discipline yourself in order to focus. Because if you don't, you will be going every which way in your business except for where you want to be going. And then you're going to need some time off. and you're not going to be able to take it, or you're going to have time off and you're not going to have the income over here because you didn't focus over here. So I think really this is one of the hardest things for anyone self-employed, is learning to discipline themselves to be present in their job daily and be able to focus on it. Because when you're self-employed, you wear many hats, many hats. And so again, in the weeks to come, I'm going to teach you how to learn to focus so you can have the flexibility and the freedom. But in the comments below, tell me, do you struggle with focus? If you're already in a side hustle, do you struggle with that focus to get tasks done? Are there some tasks that you push to the side, like the paperwork that piles up? For me, that you push to the side. Tell me in the comments below, are you combating that right now? Do you have a plan in place to be able to get it done? Or you just ignore it? Sometimes I just ignore the paperwork, and then I regret ignoring the paperwork because then I don't have the flexibility to go to do the things that I want to do, right? So in full disclosure, it takes everything within my power to do the power hour for my paperwork. Full disclosure. Because I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real here with you. Every day's a struggle with me on that. Every day. But I do the best that I can do, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is. If I do something, it's better than doing nothing, right? Hang on to that one. So, number 4 was focus and flexibility. And then that takes us to number 5. Trust and tenacity. When you have a side hustle, you need to be your authentic self. Okay, so I have been in this online world off and on for, I think, 2007, however many years that was, 20. Goodness gracious, that's been a while. It's been a hot minute. I can't do the math in my head right now, but that's okay. One of the things that has always been talked about is building a trust with your customers. My husband and I started our main company that we have, and we own a window cleaning company. We work together. Part of our time that we're not working our side hustles, we have a window cleaning company. One of the main things that we learned early on was for our customers to trust us. Number one, because we're going into someone's business or going into their home, their safe place, their safe haven. So they needed to trust us that whenever we left, everything was right where it was at. And in the online world, people need to trust that, number one, you genuinely care about them. Being honest and transparent with your audience is that number one way to build trust online, is to be honest and transparent. And I can tell you, you're getting honesty and transparency from me, whether I want to tell you the real ugliness or not. Because as many years as I've been self-employed, there is some downsides to it. My side hustle, there's times I would walk away from my side hustle and I'd say I'm done for a while. And then there would be my husband would be like, okay, you need to go back to that, because that's where your heart is. And he would see that my heart was drying up and shriveling up, and he'd be like, go do a craft, or go book a craft show and go do something, and he wasn't telling me what to do, but he was kind of nudging me in the direction of where my heart is. Now, I'm a professional photographer, and he's always telling me, I don't do it for the public at all anymore, but he's always telling me, Linda, you were so good at it. Yes, I was, but it's not what I want to do anymore. Okay, the world kind of changed in that industry around me to some things that I didn't want to change with it. So I made the decision to stop doing that. So again, there is some realness, some honesty, some authenticity that you are going to need to build trust with your customers. And when you start building that trust with your customers, the tenacity, sometimes you have to take your little fingernails and hang on through the hard times and the hardships, and have the tenacity to go through the lean months and the lean years and the trials and the tribulations that come along with your side hustle and your side business and growing a business, in order to be there 24 years later, where my husband and I are in our window cleaning company. So, and my husband 20 years later, and me in my side hustle, it's been at least 20 years that I've just kind of been off and on. Now, again, he's been more focused in his music than I've been in my side hustle, because the creative brain in me wants to do it all. I mean, that's just the long and short of it. I want to do it all. But I do know that the customers that I have, the people that still tune in for certain things that I'm doing, they trust me. I've built that trust with them over the years. And that's important. That is so, I can't reiterate how important that is. Because honestly, trust and tenacity are two of the major key elements to longevity. It really is. So when you start building on that, you're going to see your side hustle shift in some amazing ways. But it does take time. And you've got to be willing to put in the time to make that happen. Thank you for sticking it out with me through the first episode of the Side Hustle Shift. So next week, we are going to be diving deeper into how you can take your side hustle shift to the next level, your strategy and SMART goals, your heart and hustle, your impact and innovation, your focus and flexibility, and your trust and tenacity. We're going to dive deep. We're going to unpack all of those things that you need in your life and in your business to make it happen for you.